What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 39, and we start today's episode off with a game against Manchester City here at Wembley, of course in the FA Cup semi-finals. As you can see by the team, I rested the majority of players against Everton in midweek, and we still have some fitness concerns, so our squad is really thin, and of course Liam Trotter is still injured as well, so yeah, it's not great at the moment, but we're doing our best, but it's not great. But the fitness problems are becoming a bit of an issue, which is why the cup competitions can be a bit of a problem for squads like ours, which are quite small and don't have a lot of players of high stamina. We do take on Manchester City here at Wembley. United versus Spurs is the other semi-final, and to be honest, you know, as I've been saying all through the series, I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've been saying that I don't really care about the cup competitions, but now I'm starting to believe we could possibly win our first piece of silverware this season, and that is a really exciting prospect for me. So with that in mind, we do pick basically our strongest side possible, you know, considering the injury to Trotter and some fitness problems. But City also pick a really strong side as well. But the first chance of the game did end up coming to us in the 13th minute here. It was Nyland, our goalkeeper, on the ball, who ends up playing the ball out wide to Carrasco. Carrasco flicks it on to Jack Robinson. Robinson to Bentaleb. Bentaleb back to Jack Robinson. So we go on a counter-attack after some nice passing at the back of our own area. The ball comes to Carrasco. Carrasco gets past his man and shoots. Sadly, Joe Hart makes the save, and Michael Ngoo can't put the ball into the back of the net on the rebound, so still 0-0. A great chance for us in the 21st minute, though. We had a free kick here, 27 yards out from goal, and of course Larsson's already got one free kick goal, the only player I'm yet to score with on career mode with a free kick, and yeah, Larsson stands over the ball. The City players were dragging their wall forward, so I switched to Carrasco, then back to Larsson. Larsson shoots, and it ends up hitting the post twice. I mean, how is your luck? Seriously, it's just ridiculous. The ball hits the post, then hits Hart, and then hits the post again. So still 0-0, but City almost scored a fantastic goal here. The cross was played into the box there, and the volley was brilliantly saved by Knight. I think it was Fernandinho took the volley, but what a great save by our goalkeeper. So still 0-0. But in the 43rd minute, Jack Robinson's onto the ball with a throw-in, gives it to Brian Carrasco. Carrasco gets past his man, shoots from range, but sadly Joe Hart makes a very good save. So a very entertaining first half, you know. A lot of the games on career mode don't really come into life until the second half, but this first half was really good. Both goalkeepers were the man of the match contenders so far. They were playing really well. It was still 0-0, but nothing happened in the second half. It was so terrible until the 81st minute when the corner was crossed in towards Nimalai here. He plays the ball back to Fernandinho. Fernandinho finds Yaya Toure, rolls it through to the Swedish striker Guidetti. Nyland makes the save, and then Leao Gutierrez, the original Scout Future star, the hero there, as the shot comes in from the Swedish striker. It's surely going to find the back of the net, but Gutierrez slides and blocks the ball from going in. So brilliant stuff there, and the score is still 0-0. We make a substitution with 5 minutes to go. The players were beginning to tire, because of course we were coming into extra time, or about to come into extra time, and the players were beginning to tire. So I took off Michael Ngoo, brought on Dongu for a bit of pace up top there with 5 minutes to go, as City have this free kick, which Clichy eventually crosses the ball in towards the box. It's headed away by Brian Carrasco. It comes to Dongu, and he lets the ball run over his head, then flicks the ball up once, then flicks it past Nastasic. Dongu's just come onto the pitch, shows a clean pair of heels to get past Nastasic, goes down to left-hand side, stops the ball, rolls it back, and Frimpong, our defensive midfielder on loan from Arsenal, gets his second goal of the season. It was unbelievable. I didn't know. He just came out of nowhere. I passed the ball back, and Frimpong smashes the ball past Joe Hart with a dench finish. I already feel bad for saying that, but yeah, it's a great finish by Frimpong, and it's City 0, Millwall 1 with 4 minutes to go. What a substitution to bring on Dongu for the pace. It clearly worked, and look at the power from the shot by Frimpong there. He's of course on loan from Arsenal, and he might just be playing for a permanent deal, so that's a great finish by Frimpong. That's certainly a statement to make there. That was a great finish. No chance for Joe Hart. It was originally going the other way, and yeah, Gutierrez, you can see him fist pumping there as well, because he knows that block that he made a few minutes earlier, where City looked like they were going to score, was going to prove to be crucial. So Frimpong gets his second goal of the season, the first one in the FA Cup, and yeah, with 4 minutes to go, we take a shock lead here against Man City, and we were on course to make our way back to Wembley for the final. But in the 89th minute, a great chance to seal the game up. Kelvin skips past Clichy, lovely double step over, shoots. Sadly, Joe Hart makes the save. Gould then holds the ball up, but sadly he can't find Carrasco, and City do clear the ball away. But it doesn't matter, because we do get the win by a goal to nil. So a late goal by Emmanuel Frimpong sends us through to the FA Cup Cup final. That is just huge relief for us as well, because with us playing really badly in the league, despite beating Everton in our last game in the league, we've still been on a real bad run of form. That was a crucial win for us. We are through to the FA Cup final, and that will be a live com. We'll either be taking on Spurs or Manchester United. So when you comment below, who do you think we'll face in the FA Cup final? It's either Tottenham Hotspur or Manchester United. So comment below, tell me who you think we'll be facing in the FA Cup final. The answer may surprise you. But anyway, we also saw that Seb Larsson is injured. He pulled his calf in that game. Of course, like I said, fitness problems came into a bit of problems in that game. A few players started to pull up late on, but thankfully only one player. I can't believe I'm saying thankfully only one player got injured. There was like 2 or 3 that picked up an injury, but Larsson did indeed get injured. He's going to be out for 2 weeks. He did indeed pull his calf. That sucks, because we now got Larsson and Trotter injured. Those 2 are our first choice centre midfielders, and now they're both injured, so that sucks. But Larsson won't be out for the rest of the season, just 2 weeks, and of course Trotter is going to be out for the rest of the season, but Larsson out for a couple of weeks. Still a bit disappointing, but there you go, you got to take it, and hopefully it won't matter too much. But we take on Southampton for the second game of today's episode here. And Southampton, of course, they're currently in 6th place, so they're playing really well this season. And we take them on to St Mary's with our very poor away record. We've only won once on our travels this year in the league, and that was, of course, against Newcastle. So wasn't feeling that confident, especially because Southampton play such good passing football. And against the AI on Legendary, it's basically impossible to get the ball off them. But the first chance did indeed come to Southampton. Jay Rodriguez found Adam Lallana at the far post, and that was a really good chance for the Saints to take the lead just 4 minutes in, but a really bad miss by Lallana. Should have scored the far post there. But that was basically it for the first half, a really poor one. And in the second half, the game did spring into life in the 54th minute. Junior Stanislas was played through. He's all alone. He's one-on-one with Ben Foster. I tried to round him with a piece of skill. Tried to take the ball past Foster, because I guess it's kind of boring to always score the same kind of one-on-one goals where we just smash it in the near post. Foster took him down, and a referee gave a straight red card. So you would have seen very recently when we played Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge in the FA Cup that we got Courtois sent off, and we've now got Ben Foster sent off in a matter of weeks. So that's a surprise, and it was actually a really surprise, because I didn't even think it was a penalty. I actually thought Foster not only got the ball, but also got the ball first, and Stanislas kind of fell into him. But I don't know, I mean, I guess I'm trying to sort of defend both parties. I can see why the penalty was given, but I can also see why Southampton would be a little bit disappointed. So there you go. Jefferson and Dani Osvaldo, or Pablo Osvaldo, however you want to call him, comes on here, and it's a great chance for us from the spot here against Jefferson, the Brazilian goalkeeper. Carrasco steps up. He scored a penalty against Chelsea, and he has a great chance to score against Southampton, and he does just do that. Puts it into the back of the net. Jefferson stands still, and that makes it 1-0 to us. So 58 minutes in, with our very poor away record this season, it was looking like we were going to have 2 wins away from home now to add to the 1 win we already had against Newcastle. So yeah, that was really good. Good penalty by Carrasco. He's now scored 2 and 2 from the spot, which is very nice for me, because I'm actually not that good at penalties. But yeah, Carrasco scores, brings out the backflip, and yeah, we're very happy indeed. That also brings up his 12th goal in the Barclays Premier League, which is great news for us, because he's actually not been playing that well in the Premier League. Hasn't scored since that game against Newcastle. So yeah, it's kind of good to get him back to goal scoring form. But anyway, in the 67th minute, a good chance for Southampton. Nathaniel Klein finds Adam Lallana. It comes through to Gaston Ramirez, plays it back to Lallana. Another good chance for him, but this time Niles smothers his body and shows Ben Foster what he should have done there. So it's still Southampton 0, Millwall 1. But an injury time here. Gaston Ramirez is onto the ball, finds Luke Shaw. Shaw plays it back inside to Ramirez. Was desperate not to lunge, because of course what happened in the Sunderland game when we gave away the penalty in the last minute. But it seems like I should have lunged in and been a bit more forceful, because the ball came to Osvaldo, who came on with Jefferson, as you would have seen, when Foster got sent off, and he puts the ball past Nyland. And that was a bit of a disappointing goal to concede there, because we seemed to have the situation under control when the ball was down the wing, but instead they just cut inside way too easily. And I actually thought our goalkeeper probably could have got a fingertip to it at least, but he didn't, and that's life really. I'm not going to be critical of him, but I think he probably could have got a hand to it really, but he didn't, and the game did finish 1-1. So yeah, kind of disappointing really to throw away that game. Before the game, if anyone would have said we would have drawn the game 1-1, I would have said that's a great result, because Southampton are a great side, and obviously we're not playing too well, and they're sitting 6th or 5th, I think I said, and we're not playing too well. But the fact that we were playing well, and we brought them down to 10 men, and we also conceded in the 95th minute. Yeah, that does kind of take some shine off the result. We've still only won once away from home in the league this year. But anyway, Larsson's coming back from injury, which is great. He's only been out for one game, so that's good. I don't think he's going to be okay, despite the fact he says he's going to be okay to play in the next game. I don't think he'll be okay because usually they do have a plaster next to their name, and I never like to risk it. But we'll have to wait and see. But here is the squad report as well. You also would have seen that Gail Padermo has come back from his loan spell at Shrewsbury, and I can guarantee he didn't play a single game because that's what happened when he went out on loan to Derby. He didn't play a single game, and then just came back to us. And yeah, here's the squad report. And once again, a reminder: squad reports come out at the start of each month, and the league table does as well. And you'll see that in just a moment. And yeah, it's an okay squad, isn't it? Some good players in there, and we will of course be looking to strengthen next season. Hopefully, we'll get given a bit more money by the board. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it depends on whether we can stay up. I think we'll be okay, as you'll see by the league table. I think with games running out, there's only 6 games to go now, and you know we're playing quite well. You know, well, I say we're playing quite well, we're playing quite poorly, but we know we're not looking as bad as we were a couple of months ago. But yeah, I think time's running out, and I can't see Stoke City catching up to us really. They're 12 points behind with 6 games to go. I can't see it happening. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave likes, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.